in the commercial breaks, they were putting out migraine medication. And the first one, I was like, oh, no big surprise, it's a pharmaceutical commercial. And I don't remember the name of the drug, but they did that. And then the next commercial, they were talking about a migraine medicine with a different name. And my ears perked up and I was like, two migraine commercials in the same thing, right? And then on the next commercial break, they were talking about migraines again with a different named medication.
My
And I
gosh.
was like, three different medications for migraines in this several episodes period. And I was like, I know that acupuncture works for migraines and that isn't needed. So I wrote a blog post about it because I was like, wow, I can't believe that in streaming this series, I was marketed to for three different migraine medications during this programming. And it just blew my
Crazy.
mind. Blew my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that just contributes to people not knowing enough about their bodies and this whole mentality of I'm just going to outsource and I'm just going to take a pill instead of
Yeah.
getting to the root cause and working on a solution that might take a little bit longer, but is going to have long term benefits. So that was my next question for you, too. So going back, let's just use a migraine example again, because I think, I mean, unfortunately, so many people are suffering with them. So they get to that point maybe where they're once a month maintenance. In your experience, do most people like they never come back again as long as they do the things that you ask them to do
Yeah.
and
So
and
yeah,
maintain?
in my experience, it's been what we then see because I'll have them on 4 to 6 week maintenance treatment, basically indefinitely because life is
Yeah,
life. And just reminding their body this is normal, this is balanced. And so when they're in those maintenance treatments, generally they come back and I haven't had headaches or I haven't had migraines. The only time we see something like that return is when whatever it is that their root cause is happening at a larger level in time. So if it's a stress headache like we've been talking about and they are now at the end, I have a teacher for instance who this fits with. So they're at the end of the school year, they're doing a ton of work, there's a lot of stress, they're preparing for summer vacation and closing the classrooms, and there's just a lot more expectation there.
yeah,
Plus, maybe their kids are in school, so they're preparing for summer camps and, just all the extra things. So we'll see when stress goes 150% instead of 100%, we might see that that comes back really low grade, nothing of great concern or something like that. But then we can talk through that. And I can also be like, oh, well, here's what's going on. You're telling me you're like 20 of 10 stress. Makes perfect sense because your body is not calibrated for 20 of 10 stress. We're calibrated for 10 of 10 stress, normal stress. And so, well, we need to like just clean up some of that in the systems. For the most part, once we get things under control, they stay under control with regular maintenance. And then if there is some sort of situational extra that comes their way, we might see a flare in that condition. But it's rare unless there's some situational, stress that comes into play.